Ukraine's security service showed fragments of the Oreshnik missile. Meanwhile, Russian officials are calling the strike a so-called act of retaliation. My name is Albina Pidhirnyak. I'll tell you more about the consequences of the terrorist attack carried out by Russia on Ukrainian territory. Russia has used the Oreshnik missile. It is a medium-range ballistic missile and can carry a nuclear warhead. Russian forces have struck Ukrainian territory with the Oreshnik for the second time. They are actively posting videos of this attack on their propaganda channels. Ukraine's security service has identified the impact site of the Russian Oreshnik missile and showed fragments of the missile.
The security service of Ukraine has located the wreckage of a Russian ballistic missile that the enemy used to hit Lviv Oblast on the night of January 8 to 9, 2026. According to preliminary information, the discovered components belong to the Oreshnik missile system. Among the parts found so far are the stabilization and guidance unit, which are actually rocket brains, spare parts from the propulsion system, fragments of the orientation mechanism, nozzles from the platform of the separation unit, etc. The relevant fragments have the status of material evidence and are being prepared for transfer for in-depth examinations. The SSU investigators qualify the use of these weapons on the civilian infrastructure of Ukraine as a war crime on the part of the Russian Federation. According to preliminary data, the enemy launched a medium-range Oreshnik surface-to-surface missile from the Russian Kapustin Yar training ground. By attacking civilian objects of our state near the border with the European Union, the Kremlin tried to destroy the life support infrastructure of the region in the face of a sharp deterioration in weather conditions. The SSU investigators are establishing all the circumstances, as well as the organizers and perpetrators of this war crime of the Russian Federation, in order to bring them to justice. The pre-trial investigation under Article 438 of the Criminal Code of Ukraine, which is war crimes, continues. The events are carried out under the procedural guidance of the Prosecutor General's office.
A large number of air targets today was aimed at Kyiv. Russia attacked the Ukrainian capital with drones, ballistic missiles and cruise missiles. In Kyiv, 4 people are reported dead. Among the victims is an emergency medical worker who arrived at the scene to help the injured. This is how the Ukrainian president commented on the attack on his Telegram channel.
Cleanup operations are ongoing in Kyiv and the surrounding region after a massive Russian attack. All necessary emergency services are involved. 20 residential buildings were damaged. Recovery work is also continuing in the Lviv region and other parts of Ukraine. As of now, 4 people are confirmed dead in Kyiv alone. Among them is an ambulance worker. My condolences go to the families and loved ones. Dozens of people were injured. There was also a second strike on one of the residential buildings, exactly when emergency services were helping people after the first attack. Overall, during the night, Russia launched 242 drones. It also used 13 ballistic missiles aimed at energy facilities and civilian infrastructure. 1 Oreshnik medium-range ballistic missile, and 22 cruise missiles. The attack came during a period of significant cold weather, clearly targeting the daily lives of ordinary people. Every possible effort is now being made to restore heating and electricity. Today, a meeting of the energy headquarters will take place. I expect reports on all details of the repair work, timelines, required equipment, and those responsible. In addition to civilian and energy infrastructure, a Russian drone damaged the building of the embassy of Qatar last night. Qatar is a country that has played an important role in mediating with Russia to secure the release of prisoners of war and civilians held in Russian prisons. A clear response from the world is needed, first of all from the United States, whose position Russia truly takes into account. Russia must receive clear signals that it must focus on diplomacy and face consequences every time it chooses killing and destruction instead. Today's attack is also a strong reminder to all our partners that air defense support for Ukraine must remain a constant priority. Not a single day can be lost in deliveries, production, or agreements. We will inform our partners at all levels today about what happened and what response measures Ukraine needs. Thank you to everyone who stands with Ukraine.
In Russia's Belgorod, local authorities reported that after an attack, about 500,000 people are without electricity. Around 200,000 people have also been left without water.
Light! That's it. There is none in the whole city.
The enemy again launched a missile attack on Belgorod. Serious damage was recorded at one of the infrastructure facilities, and so there is a power outage in most of Belgorod. There are also interruptions in the districts of the region.
Meanwhile, Trump once again commented on the operation in Venezuela. He also commented on the strikes against the drugs cartel Outages in Mexico.
Well, it wasn't a hard decision. Democrats wanted him and Republicans wanted him, and nobody had what it takes to get him or didn't want to get him. I don't know, something happened, but he killed a lot of people. He sent a lot of bad people into our country. He emptied his prisons into the United States. He emptied his mental institutions and insane asylums into the United States and did a lot of very bad things, but he was a big drug pusher. You see that because all the boats that we shot down, they came out of Venezuela. A lot of drugs. There's a lot of boats and a lot of drugs. There are very few boats operating right now. It's almost no boats. You can't find any boats.
I don't think anyone would go fishing in those
Not a lot of
waters.
people want to go fishing anymore. But we've knocked out 97% of the drugs coming in by water. And we are going to start now hitting land with regard to the cartels. The cartels are running Mexico. It's very, very sad to watch and see what's happened to that country. But the cartels are running, and they're killing 250, 300,000 people in our country every single year. The drugs, it's horrible. It's devastated families. You know, you lose a child or a parent. I mean, parents are dying too with drugs. So we've done a really good job. We're knocking it down. The numbers are really getting to be, they're always going to be too high if you have one person, but they're going down just like the border. The border was a total mess for years. I did it the first time very quickly, and this time I did it even better because this was a bigger mess. This was a border like no other probably in the history of the world. There's never been a border like that when anybody could just walk into your country.
Dear viewers, thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please press the button like under this video, leave your comment. I really appreciate your support. Glory to Ukraine.